Our journey to Botswana actually began in South Africa at Pilanesberg National Park, where we stayed at the beautiful Ivory Tree Lodge and did our first game drive with our guide Offense, who worked some magic for us.
Let there be more elephants, let there be more giraffe, more zebras, let there be lions, leopards, cheetahs, and hyena. Accio Pantera Leo, Accio Pantera Pardus. All right.
His magic worked. Pilanesberg was teeming with wildlife. We saw giraffes feeding on acacia trees, an elephant mother cuddling with her baby, a beautiful family of white rhinos grassing next to zebras and wildebeests. And then we even found a lion pride, and our guide Offense explained to us some lion politics.
One of the females here from the Central Pride, one of the oldest ones, she now breaks away from this pride and she goes to the other prides and she tries to mate with the younger males. I believe she's maybe trying to train one of the males to challenge these guys because she also has two young male sub-adults. She hides those guys. Like, we barely see them. When you do see them, they're with her and she's training them to hunt. So I'm like, something's going on here. We're gonna see a coup d'etat very soon. Yeah, but these big males, they're savage because the one time we saw them patrolling the territory and a young male crossed by. Yeah, shortly after we saw this guy running for his life and he went up the hill, of which I do tell you, going up the hill is not a lion's. It's the biggest challenge. It's like Kung Fu Panda trying to go up a flight of stairs. Male lions never go directly up the mountain. That day he's like, I'm running there. And then later on we saw those two males turn back and they're trying to track that young male. I'm like, shame. I hope they don't find him. So because of this behavior of these two big males, the prides have been split up.
While lions thrive on drama and politics, the leopard, often referred to as the ghost of the bush, prefers a solitary life, completely unbothered by the lion kings. We got incredibly lucky on our next morning drive and spotted this male stalking for prey. The morning wasn't just about predators though. The park came alive with colorful birds starting their early chorus. And so we said goodbye to South Africa and crossed the border to Botswana. Our first stop was the Khama Rhino Sanctuary, which is a community-based wildlife project. This is the best place to see white and black rhinoceros up close. Here at Khama, they are heavily protected through military, which makes it possible to see them with their horns. Khama has been a crucial conservation project to support the rhinos as well as the local communities. If you are interested in volunteering there, you can find more information in the description. Besides, of course, the rhinos, there are more than 30 different mammal species and over 230 different species of birds to discover at Khama. Our next stop was the Mahadi Pans National Park. The Mahadi Pans are a part of the Kalahari Basin and cover an area bigger than Switzerland. We stayed at a campsite next to the Boteti River, which, even though it was wet season, hasn't been carrying water for the last 3 years. Only a few waterholes remain permanent, and these attract plenty of wildlife. We got a chance to see a huge group of hippos lounging in their pool right next to big crocodiles waiting for prey. And also, we saw a herd of elephants taking mud baths. During wet season, the dry Kalahari basins of Mahadi get overgrown with lush grasslands that are home to herds of antelopes, ostriches, and a ton of birds. But as it is still a rather arid area, death is a natural part of Mahari. And some creatures, like the vulture, are patiently waiting for it. Mahari and Naipans, with their diverse landscapes, gigantic baobabs, and marvelous wildlife, left a deep impression with us. And right at sunset, we had a magical encounter with the Queen of Africa, who was relaxing at the Boteti River bank. We were honored to have had this wonderful moment with her and will always keep it in our hearts as our journey continues. On our way from Maun to Khwai, we encountered many street vendors who sell snacks, firewood, and handmade baskets. One highlight was this beautiful craft shop. In the curio shop, local community members sell different handmade products like hand-painted cloths, masks, and other goods. We couldn't resist and bought a few to take home.
Hello family, welcome to the Okavango Delta. We have finally arrived here. We've been in Botswana for a week now and it has been a bumpy ride, partially. We've got to see a lot of wildlife, a lot of nice animals, and now we're here at the Hippo Pool campsite in Khwai. And I can really say this is by far the best campsite I have ever been. We are here in the middle of nowhere. You can see there's really nothing around us. It's just the bush, and here is a little river. And in the river, I don't know if you can see it from there, but right over there you can see like two little ears and a little bit of bubbling. These are hippos, because of course this is a hippo pool. They told us there are about 15 hippos that are permanently living here. This morning we got really lucky because they were grassing outside our car, like 5 steps next to our car. We could see them, we could watch them feed on the grasslands around us. And this is another fun fact, because of course hippos are huge land animals that also swim in the water, but most of the people don't know that they're purely vegetarian. Which is ironic, because they also are one of the most dangerous animals on this planet. Of course, because they're huge, but also because they're really aggressive. Hippos are really territorial and they fight in their pools. They fight other hippos, mostly other male hippos, of course, because they need to defend their pools so they can mate with all the ladies in there. And that's why they have these like huge teeth coming out of their mouth. And it's not an easy life for a hippo, even though they sit in the pools, hanging there, grunting a little bit, make these noises that sound a little bit like they would be laughing, but they're not. This is how they show they are here, they're there. They are protecting their pool and showing off to other males. And a male hippo will never give up his pool without a fight for life and death, because that's what they do. If you are a male hippo and you have your home pool, you will defend this pool with your life, and you will only give it up if you die. That's the only thing.
In order to protect us from the hippos, we had to make a fire first. Scott, our guide, was helping us with that.
I do one more. One more. Oh no. Not good.
3 times loose.
Maybe one number one.
The fourth one.
Yeah, no, the fourth one works. Yes, magic. So how many people were attacked here?
Huh?
Did you have any attacks from the hippos in the recent times?
No, none of them have it.
No?
We didn't have an experience of like attacking.
No?
No.
So far, no. For how long you?
Not even a lion.
Mhm.
But there are some times whereby like a hyena. So
Hyena.
yeah, like they will put a camera in here so that they can, maybe tomorrow they might recognize if the hyena is come. So when they wake up in the morning, they will find the camera being crushed.
Ah, the whole camera. Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of like a troublesome animal, like I'm saying. So no matter what it might encounter, so
the camera was gone.
imagine if an expensive camera putting on the wheel being crushed. So
That's a pain indeed.
That's a
Yeah, we saw
pain.
some videos that also people record like elephant is playing football with the camera. It was like just rolling it.
the
More?
fire is slipping
He's gone?
down. No.
Try to put a bit more.
Yeah. So we're taking a quick walk to pass the time a little bit around the campsite. So we're allowed to walk next to the river. We're not allowed to go too deep into the bush because it's possible that we get lost here, because this is not a fenced area. It's not a national park, but it's just like open field, and the camp is just somewhere there around this river. So we're just walking across all the campsite stations and then come back and just have a little look right here in the middle of nature. So here we can see this like little canals with steps in the grass or in the mud. These canals are made by hippos mostly, and they use them to get out of the water, and that's how it gets this way. You always have to watch a little bit because there are puddles of water everywhere, because of course it's rainy season and then the land gets flooded, and yeah, gotta be careful where we step. Here we have a huge rock, which is actually not a rock, it's a pile of sand, because this is an ant hill. It was completely constructed by ants. It started as a little hill and now it's gigantic. You can find them all over the savannah, all over the Okavango Delta and everywhere else, in very different sizes. You could imagine, why would an animal that's so small use up so much space? But they're actually quite important for the ecosystem, and they're testing out my shoes, apparently. So yeah, we maybe cut that later.
All, and then with the head outside. So when it happens that the level of this water is low, they want to challenge that territory to fight to take it out, and then he own it.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Now it's like human.
that's like we humans.
That's like human. Same problems.
Yeah. So then there will be a fight. Then the moment he win, the tribe, the moment he win, he will kill all boys. He will kill all boys, or he will chase the boys. He will chase the boys, and he will live with the ladies. With the
Even the
girls.
small ones, even the child.
Yeah, even the child. He will live with one family of ladies, and then he will own all those families, all those ladies. Yeah. And then he will have a babies with them. So he will chase those guys, those bachelors, those mature one, those male one. Then he will own this.
Wow. And is there like a fight always 1 against 1, or there could be like many against 1?
One against one.
1 against 1 always.
Bull and the bull.
Vulnerable.
The moment that the moment that the bull of this territory get a win to that territory, he will take his territory and he put them on that territory, and then he will chase away the boys, and then he will chase away a bull, and then he will own the whole territory of water.
Wow. Impressive.
That's impressive. That's how, just like we people.
Okay, same.
When you find someone you love,
Yes.
and that boy or that man want to own it, yeah, I will fight.
You fight
So
for
that I
life. Yes.
Yeah, I will fight and take a lady. Because I love her. Yeah, I want to own her. She loves me. But the problem is the guy. So I want to chase the guy so that I can take a lady.
The guy is always the problem.
The guy's always the problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with Scott telling us amazing stories by the fire, our first day in Khwai ended at their wonderful restaurant, where we enjoyed a delicious meal and were looking forward to the next day, where we would explore the Okavango with Mokoros. Mokoros are typical canoe-like dugout boats that are used in the Okavango Delta as an important way of transport. They used to be made out of wood, but nowadays are preferably made out of fiberglass, which makes them more durable. The Okavango Delta is a labyrinth of lagoons and channels covered in water lilies. It is a wetland sanctuary for many endangered species, like the biggest population of elephants in the world and the African wild dog. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is truly a miracle. One of the few rivers that never finds the sea, but instead floods into the Kalahari Desert, turning it into a Garden Eden.
Yes. And then you would feel it's like if there is something like tick, 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 tick.
We are at Khwai Hippo Pool campsite and we're staying here for 2 nights. And yes, it's very nice. It's a very beautiful lodge. You can camp, you can book a chalet, and there are different options for every budget. And I have to say, this is just a very, very nice place. It's beautiful. You have everything you need, and it's just, the people are super nice. So I can really recommend it. It's amazing. So this is a map about the area that we're in at the moment. You can see this is the Okavango Delta, and at the moment we are right about here somewhere. For orientation, we started our journey down here somewhere, came from Johannesburg and came over here in this road, up here, and here are the Makgadikgadi pens and the Nai pens, and these 2 national parks belong together, so you can do this in one day. What we've been doing, we've been staying here at our campsite, and right about here we had a beautiful encounter with the lioness. We could spend a few moments with her in solitude, basically watching the sunset. It was absolutely amazing experience. And we've been here over to the Nai Pans, which is a very desertical area, and pass through this Baines baobabs, which is a beautiful site where you can sit and picnic under the baobab trees. Very, very beautiful. And as you can see, this area is very close to the Kalahari, and the Kalahari is of course a desert. So this area with the salt pans is very desertical, the night pans also very desertical, and this area looks a lot like Jurassic Park with like lots of trees, very wild. And then we pass over here to Maun. Maun is one of the bigger cities in Botswana, which is very important for, especially if you want to go to Chobe, because this is one of the last bigger cities where you can buy groceries and fill up your gas. And then we would go all over this way up to this area somewhere where our next camp is going to be. And then we will pass all this area up here, along down here to Elephant Sands, and from there we go back home.
On the way to Chobe, we experienced the challenges of the rainy season to its full extent, as the sandy roads had turned into full-grown lakes.
So, das ist die Straße. Wir sehen einen See und da müssen wir durch. Wir versuchen es. Yesterday we enjoyed a little bit of champagne to celebrate that we got here, because the road here was really, it was a thing. It was very terrible. There were so many water puddles in the way because it was raining the last days, and it was very difficult to get here. You couldn't drive really fast, so we were just with 20 kilometers per hour maximum, going on the street, and always like going into the water, going out of the water, and it was a really hard drive. You could see that the car is still muddy. Yesterday evening at night it rained a little bit, so it's not as dirty as it was when we arrived. But as I said, there were a lot of muddy puddles on the way, and in one of them we lost a few things. We didn't hit anything, we didn't crash. Everything is still in order, nothing is dented or anything, but the grill just left us, and also the license plate. We didn't even realize it until some other car stopped us and asked us if we are okay. We're like, yeah, everything good. And because you're open, we're like, open what? And yeah, then we stopped and noticed, oh, yeah, we lost something on the way. We lost the grill, we lost the license plate from the front. So yeah, adventures.
Welcome to Okavango Delta.
Welcome to Okavango Delta. We are here on the viewpoint. We can see a lot of birds. This morning we saw antelopes from our room or from our tent. It's very nice. Everything is quite tidy, and on the way here we saw a lot of zebras and gnus, wildebeests, giraffes, some elephants. So it was a really nice sight, but the way to get here was really exciting, very difficult path to drive. We managed anyway, that's why yesterday we drank some champagne here to celebrate that we made it successfully. And yes, here we are, enjoying the quietness of this place, which it's really nice. So here we're going to the chalet side. So it's tented chalets. So you can see there's a tent, and there's like 5 of these constructions. All of these are one room, and downstairs on the ground floor you have showers, you have toilets, and you have a little kitchen area. All of those are in good shape. So really you can see it's new. You can see everything is quite new here. This is the kitchen area. You have a little kitchenette where you can put up your gas stove and you can cook your water, clean your stuff. You have a trash. And out here there's a grilling area. Here's the grilling area. It's also nice. You can grill your stuff here. I actually don't know what this is for. Maybe this is for the hot water. Could be. I don't know. Also some wood already here that you can use for the grill. You have a very nice view from here and you can see the plains as well. So it's really nice having this here. I have glass windows or glass doors. And you take a look inside. Bed has not met because we have slept in it, of course. And yes, you can see they have like mosquito nets. And you have fresh towels, you have these seats. It's clean. Yeah, it's a nice campsite. So, this is the second day we're here and someone arrived. Yes, we got really lucky. And also the staff got really lucky that we are here because their car got stuck. That's why they haven't been here when we arrived, and they just arrived this afternoon. And yeah, now we have to take one of them to the next village so that they can get some help and some gas, because they need help. So it's been a win-win situation for the both of us, I think, because they could show us around a little bit, they could explain us a little bit the area here, the animals here, and we had, in the meantime, we invited them to dinner and prepared dinner for them and for us, of course, we shared. And yeah, tomorrow we'll take one of them to the next village so they can get more help for them, because they're stuck here as well as we were before.
The adventures in Chobe were not finished yet. Just as we left the 4x4 road, we had a last surprise at a health checkpoint: a flat tire. But after losing the grill and the license plate, this incident did not worry us. And with that, we were ready for our next adventure at the Elephant Sands.
Schnucki, was machst du denn?
Da ist die Kette lose gewesen vom zweiten Ersatzreifen und dieses Ding war da drin verhakt und das haben wir jetzt eine Weile hinter uns hergezogen.
And now?
And now we're done.
We got a very cappuccino from a local in Botswana, very unexpectedly on the road. It's amazing.
I want to go. I want. So that it can be easier when I go there. Not what I said when I start taking for the changing. I want to see then so that they can see. Oh, it's the first time.
The best coffee in Botswana.
One of the best surprises after all these challenges was the coffee tuk-tuk at Hills Roast in Pandamatenga. We were so lucky to have this unplanned stop and learned a lot about the only local coffee in Botswana. If you want to learn more, check out our other video about Hills Roast coffee.
We're in Elephant Sands and there are a lot of birds here. We have a nice cabin. We already saw some elephants bathing in there, but they are now gone. Maybe they come back later. If not, we'll see them around. We've been seeing a lot of elephants around here. That's why it's called Elephant Sands.
Our final stop on this trip brought us back to the Khadi Basin as we paid a visit to the Ngata Bird Sanctuary. In the rainy season, the Ngata River spills into the salt pans and the arid pan transforms. The otherwise lifeless salty pan gets overflown with nutritious shallow waters, drawing in thousands of great white pelicans. They have gathered here to mate and to nurse their young. Next to the flock of birds, the resident herds of zebra, antelopes and blue wildebeest graze on the lush grass. It is a brief time of abundance until the water evaporates and the migration begins. Our trek across Botswana ends here. We have seen the miracle that is the Okavango Delta and experienced the dry heat of the Kalahari, all while learning so much about the unique wildlife. We leave Botswana with a full heart until we meet again.